Constitution was done on 26th January 1950, which we also celebrate as a Republic Day, right? Indian Constitution has 395 articles, 12 schedules, and 105 amendments by far. Okay, until 20 February 2025, we have done 105 amendments. Like I told you, our constitution is not changeable, but it's amendable. What's the difference? Changeable माने पूरा constitution change हो सकता है क्या? नहीं. Amendable माने अमेंडमेंट्स हो सकते हैं, नए लॉज नए आर्टिकल्स हम ऐड कर सकते हैं, जो एग्जिस्टिंग लॉज है उन्हें मॉडिफाई कर सकते हैं. मॉडिफाई भी कैसे कर सकते हैं? आइदर जो क्रिमिनलाइज है उन्हें डीक्रिमिनलाइज कर सकते हैं, एंड जो डीक्रिमिनलाइज है उन्हें क्रिमिनलाइज कर सकते हैं. So that is it. And then comes the Indian Constitution. This drafting committee was a part of the Constituent Assembly that became India's first parliament, guys. I hope everybody knows what parliament is, right? We know about Lok Sabha, we know about Rajya Sabha, we've been learning all this in schools, right? So, Constituent Assembly became the India's first parliament. It was drafted by drafting committee of Constituent Assembly. It is the written and the longest, and sovereign democratic republic secular is the crux of the Constitution of India. Thank you so much. Can we switch the page? Is everybody clear with this? Guys, you have to be very, very prompt. Thank you so much. So, coming to fundamental rights. When we talk about constitution, how do we not talk about our own rights, right? When I refer to the rights, the citizen rights, the civic rights, right, the rights through which we can question, or the rights through which we can access justice, what are these rights? These are nothing but the fundamental rights. When I talk about fundamental rights, do we have fundamental rights as provision in our constitution? Yes, we do. Article 14 to Article 32 in our Indian constitution talks about fundamental rights. Right? Is everybody following it? Are you there, guys?
Yes.
So, thank you so much. So, fundamental rights. When we talk about fundamental rights, we have 6 fundamental rights in total, right? Right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, right to constitutional remedies. What are these fundamental rights? कहाँ से आए ये? Where did we find this fundamental rights का idea? So getting back to its history, has anyone heard about human rights? What are human rights? Guys, have we heard about human rights?
Oh, yes.
What are human rights? Can anybody tell me?
Right to life, right to property, right to liberty, like that.
Very, very good. Yes. And if they are human rights, has anybody heard about natural rights?
No, we never heard that.
Natural rights never heard
Sorry,
about?
my mistake. It was ये जो मैंने बोले वो natural rights थे, right?
Okay, so they're natural rights. Okay, and then what are human rights then? Okay, I'll tell you guys. So the rights that an individual is bestowed through the virtue of being human. Put in simple words, just your identity as human. बाकी कुछ भी नहीं. Not your caste, your gender, your religion, your color, nothing. Just by the virtue of you being a human. जो भी rights आपको दिए जाते हैं, जैसे कि like right to life, okay, right to food, right to shelter, right to food, water, right? All these are called human rights. And what are natural rights? Back in history, when there were theories formulating which talked about formation of state, okay, formation of state mane not like Maharashtra, Rajasthan, okay, not these state. When I talk about state here in political science, it means state, something that has government, that has population, that has territory, okay, nation states. Money, India as a nation state, America as a nation state, Canada as a nation state, like that. So back there were 3 philosophers, and one of them philosophers, he put forth one of these philosophers put forth the theories of formation of state. फॉर्मेशन ऑफ स्टेट कैसे हुआ ये बताते टाइम उन्होंने बोला कि ये सारे इंडिविजुअल्स अपने नेचुरल राइट्स रख के बाकी सारे राइट्स पूल करेंगे टू द गवर्नमेंट, एंड देन गवर्नमेंट विल लुक आफ्टर द वेलफेयर ऑफ ऑल द इंडिविजुअल्स. So that time was the first time when he mentioned about natural rights. And उनके हिसाब से natural rights क्या थे? Right to life, property, liberty. Right to life माने जिंदगी, right to liberty, that is your freedom, and right to property. उस time पे having property, having land was known as asset. Okay, it was very very crucial. It was like having power. Okay, having property is like having power, and this is where he termed all these three rights, right to life, liberty, and property, as natural rights. So that putting all these two terms, human rights and natural rights, before their eyes, Dr. Baba Sahib Ambedkar, he formulated the idea of fundamental rights. These fundamental rights cannot be taken away from any individual, guys. आपको कोई भी आके कुछ भी बताए, आप इन फंडामेंटल राइट्स, ये 6 फंडामेंटल राइट्स पे बहुत ज्यादा निर्भर रहोगे. You can rely on this, you can stand strong on this. Okay, so beginning with the first right, that is right to equality. Article 14 to Article 18 talks about right to equality. Abhi 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, all these talk about different sort of equality. Okay, you all can go and check the definitions. Each definition has certain exceptions. We will not go into depths, but having a clear idea. Right to equality, equality before law, equality for accessing justice, equality in the cities, in the society that we are living in. Okay, so all the type of equality come under Article 14 to Article 18. Next right is right to freedom. Now, it is ranging from Article 19 to Article 22. Okay, all our freedoms are articulated in Article 19 to 22. So, freedom of expression, freedom of speech, different sort of freedoms come under this article. Then we are talking about right against exploitation. Previously, guys, there was slavery. Now, I need not talk different about slavery. That you guys know it. There used to be slavery, there used to be exploitation. बहुत सारे लोग like they were hardly being able to survive, and like basic चीज़ों के लिए उनको बहुत ज़्यादा काम करना पड़ता था. Okay, because there was one illiteracy. Everybody did not have access to education. Why was it? Because of different like the differentiations made in the society, like different castes, different classes. Okay, so only the upper caste or the upper strata of the society had the access to education. So because there was no education, there was no equality, there was no importance to people of these fundamental rights. Okay, so right against exploitation made sure that nobody is exploited physically, mentally, psychologically, in work terms. Okay, nobody is exploited. So right to, against exploitation, secured places, secured people from exploiting. Okay, right to freedom of religion. Anybody in India can profess any religion of their choice. When I say this, I also mean if I have the right to freedom of religion, I can also have the right, or I can choose not to belong to any religion. Now, when I say this, what do I mean? I mean atheism. Atheism is not illegal, guys. I can, if I choose to belong to any religion, I can choose not to belong to any religion. So, right to freedom of religion talks, Article 25 to 28 talks about right to freedom of religion. Okay, भारतीय नागरिक होने के नाते मैं कोई भी रिलीजन अपना सकती हूँ. आई कैन प्रैक्टिस एनी रिलीजन, any cultural practices, traditional practices from any religion. Okay, then comes the fifth fundamental right, that is cultural and educational right. Article 29 and 30 talks about cultural and educational rights. These rights were specifically meant for the minorities in India. Okay, when I say this, what do I mean? I mean India was the only country at that time during 1947 which was so cosmopolitan. Okay, so culturally diverse, traditionally diverse. So there are big religions, there are small religions, there are big cultures, there are small cultures coming all together and building a nation. So, while doing this, all these small cultures, all these timid traditions, they shouldn't be stepped upon. They shouldn't be crushed down in all this, what's the industrialization, globalization. Okay, when we are formulating a big thing, small things should be taken care of. Is सोच से cultural and educational rights दिए गए. Do you know we have in India, we can see there are Islamic schools. Okay, Islamic schools, there are Christian schools, okay, specifically meant for them, specifically meant for the cultural education, for the education of their tradition. Okay, they teach and profess their language, their culture, their traditions, okay, and customs in it. Why do they do it? They have the right of doing it. They are backed by the law. By which law? Cultural and educational right. So if Islamic laws, if Islamic schools are working, if they are teaching Islamism, if they are teaching people Urdu, if they are professing their own culture, they are doing it with freedom, okay, with the fundamental right. So which right, under which do they do this? Cultural and educational right. सिक्स्थ राइट इज राइट टू कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल रेमेडीज. अगर इन छह फंडामेंटल राइट्स में से आपको कोई भी, इफ people are denying access to you, if they are infringing your freedom, if they are not, if they are restraining you from exercising these rights, you can call upon the law. You can actually sue petitions, you can go into court, you can file a police complaint. Why? Because simply because you are not being able to exercise these fundamental rights, right? So right to constitutional remedies. The constitution has made sure not just you have these fundamental rights, but you also have the provision that in case if you are kept away from all these rights, you can seek help, right? Then we're talking about the seventh right. Why have I kept it in italics? There is a reason for it. Right to property. राइट टू प्रॉपर्टी पहले बहुत, लाइक आई टोल्ड यू, पहले मटेरियलिज्म का जमाना हुआ करता था. तो यू नो, हैविंग एज मच एज वेल्थ एंड हैविंग ह्यूज वेल्थ एंड लाइक ह्यूज लैंड वाज लाइक पावर to them. And that's why right to property was considered as a very fundamental right. But कुछ दिनों बाद लोग लोन लेने लग गए गवर्नमेंट से, लैंडलॉर्ड से, एंड देन देयर वर लाइक एक्सप्लॉयटेशन भी गोइंग ऑन. सो राइट टू प्रॉपर्टी के अंडर, अगर मैं बता रही हूँ कि आपका फंडामेंटल राइट है प्रॉपर्टी का, तो आप ऑब्वियसली यू विल क्लेम लैंड, राइट, यू विल क्लेम प्रॉपर्टी. बट इफ यू आर डेटिंग इट, like if you are doing loan, if you are putting your land or your property as a collateral for any loans, for processing any loans, so उस केस में अगर if you fail to what's it, repay the loan amount, I am going to seize your property, I am going to seize your land, right? And in that case you cannot access this right to property. सो दो लॉफुल चीजों का क्लैश हो रहा है यहाँ पे. तो इसीलिए 44th amendment of the constitution, that is article 300 of the constitution, talks about they removed this right to property from the list of fundamental rights. तो अभी right to property fundamental right है क्या? जी नहीं, वो नहीं है. तो अभी अपने को कितने फंडामेंटल राइट्स है? 6 फंडामेंटल राइट्स है. And out of these 6, if anybody is denying you access for practicing these 6 rights, you can always seek help, right? Can we switch the page? Thank you so much. And coming to our next topic, that is civil don'ts, guys. Civilian rules, basic civil etiquettes. Now that we have, now that the constitution is showering us, bestowing us the fundamental rights, हमारी भी तो कोई जिम्मेदारी बनती है कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के लिए, राइट? टुवर्ड्स द सोसाइटी, टुवर्ड्स द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. सो दीज आर आवर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज. When we are bestowed with the rights, we get the responsibilities. We are given the responsibilities. We have to look after the responsibilities. Now what are these responsibilities? When we talk about responsibilities, there are certain civil ethics, I would say. There are certain civil mannerisms that you need to follow. These basic things we are being taught in schools already, but are we following it? Are we really following it? No, we are not. That is the reason we are learning it today, aren't we? So first comes disturbing peace. When I say disturbing peace, what does that mean? Like I cannot play loud music? No. I can access my fundamental rights. Okay, I can practice my fundamental rights, making sure, provided that I do not infringe or I do not restrain any other person who is practicing his fundamental rights. Mane, disturbing peace. Abhi, I can put on loud music in my home, but if I have a school beside me or my home, and if I am putting loud music on, say, a like huge speaker, like home theater kind of speakers, and if I am disturbing the school timing of that school, of the children studying inside the school, am I actually very legally or very ethically practicing my fundamental right? No, I am not. I am disturbing peace. I'm disturbing peace in the society. I am disturbing the people who are accessing the right to education, right? So disturbing peace. Trespassing, guys, बड़े बड़े अक्षरों में लिखा होता है नो पार्किंग जोन्स, बड़े बड़े अक्षरों में लिखा होता है ट्रेसपासिंग, डू नॉट एंटर दीज एरियाज. पता नहीं why do these adults, why do the young people have the what say zest inside them to actually do the things that they are defied from, that they are denied from. Trespassing is a crime. Trespassing, you can be held punishable for that, guys, heavy punishments, okay, and punishment leading to imprisonment too. So serious, on a serious note, trespassing is not a very good thing. I'll tell you guys, these this is a list of basic civil don'ts, okay, there are many such, and none of these civil don'ts are a crime, okay. These, if you actually perform this is not a crime, but beyond that you can be held punishable, you can be levied penalties on that, okay. So that's why you are not supposed to do this. So disturbing peace we did, trespassing, damaging public property. मुझे मन किया कहीं घूमने जाना है, आई वेंट टू आगरा, एंड अभी दैट आई फेल्ट आई हैव ड्रेस्ड अप वेरी नाइस, आई क्लिक गुड पिक्चर्स, एंड अभी वहाँ पे आई नीड टू लीव अ रिमार्क. सो व्हाट एम आई गोइंग टू डू? आई एम गोइंग टू राइट देयर माय नेम और समथिंग सो दैट एवरीबody who comes there comes to know that I had been here before. Is that a thing? No, it is not. Please don't do this. Damaging public property is what you're going to do. uh, which is very silly, right, guys? I do not need to tell you this, that public property kya hoti hai, and if you what say actually damage the public property, you are doing harm to public authorities, and you are calling upon problems for yourself. They will hold you, they will punish you, they will levy on you heavy penalties. Why do we need such problems, right? So damaging public property also. बहुत सारे military areas में, guys, there are trees, okay, there are trees painted with certain things, like there are either yellow painted, either red and white painted. So even those trees are public properties, they are treated like public properties, and if you cut those you are going to be fined, you are going to be imprisoned for that. You cannot cut such trees uh, at a huge large extent. If you go and cut a tree in any forest, and if nobody comes to know that, you might not be punished, okay, because nobody's coming to know. But these trees, they have a record of these trees, guys, so be very very careful. So damaging public property, you are going into public parks, public garden, public places, wheresoever you are going, you have to make sure, you have to be very very conscious that you are not harming any public property. What is picketing, guys? Can anybody tell me what does it sound like? क्या हो सकता है basic अंदाजा? What is picketing? Are everybody there? Y'all slept? Hello? Am I audible? Siddharth, yes. Can we hear you, Siddharth? Can you tell me what is picketing? Nobody? Okay. So picketing is nothing but protesting. Protesting in front of the institutions, formal, informal, governmental, non-governmental. What's it? Protesting and creating a mess, creating a nuisance is nothing but picketing. So picketing can be for good causes, but it is mostly used for bad causes. You know, dange fasad karna, calling upon riots and stuff. Who needs it? Who going on to strikes is a different thing, and going on to calling upon riots is a different thing. Strikes is like when something is very unlawful going, unethical going, and you are protesting against that. That is a good thing. Okay, there are peace protests going on. Okay, you can there are many such information available on internet, that peace protests hote hain, so you can use that. That means for what's it, getting government working on your demands. But there is this picketing thing. There is a very thin line between protest and picketing. Picketing is कोई भी institution के सामने जाके दंगे फसाद करना, riots भी कह सकते हैं हम उसे, and basically creating nuisance is one thing. So you cannot do that. You are going to trouble people doing that, and if anybody is troubling you or your institution like that, you can call on to police, you can call on to help, right? So that is picketing. So what is picketing? Now anybody can tell me? Will anybody tell me? Okay, I guess people slept. What is violating official junction? Violating official junction is like what is violating official junction? Can anybody tell me? Violating official junction is nothing but not paying attention to official records, guys. Mane, if I am being called by police in regards of certain case, and if I feel like I am not the part of the case, like I am just unnecessarily being stuck into that, being trapped into it. So what can I do? I can go into police stations and make sure that the people there know that I did come after them inviting me, and I am not this part. So make your part clear. पुलिस आपको बुला रही है, कोर्ट आपको बुला रहा है और आप एवी इग्नोर कर रहे हो और आप नहीं जा रहे हो, सो यू आर नथिंग बट लायबल फॉर पनिशमेंट, गाइस. मेक दैट थिंग वेरी क्लियर. And you cannot ignore official junctions, you cannot ignore official summons, the calls, okay? That violating will make you liable for punishment. Intimidation as in threatening. झगड़े होते हैं, दंगे फसाद होते हैं, every day, every now and then people threaten other people, threaten for life, threaten for anything and everything these days. So is intimidation legal? Is intimidation punishable? Yes, intimidation is punishable, and you cannot intimidate people, you cannot threaten people. And if people are threatening you, you can seek help, you can actually ask for police protection, and they are obligated to give you that, okay? You should have some legitimate reasons for it, valid reasons for it, okay? Okay, so are we clear with the civil don'ts? Is it clear to all? Are people following? Fine, can we switch the page? I need people's response, guys. Don't be this lazy. Come on, lethargic. Is it boring? Is it going boring? Hello? Am I audible to everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Apurva.
Yes,
Is
you
it
are
going
audible.
boring,
Yes.
Apurva, Siddharth, Rakshita?
No, ma'am. It's interesting.
Are you all really following it?
Yes.
Thank you so much. Can we switch the page?
Yes, ma'am.
Um, hold on a second. So y'all got to know what civil don'ts are, right? One is civil basic decency. Thank you. So now that we talked about constitution, we talked about fundamental rights, we talked about our own responsibilities. Now, any discrepancy in all of these three, where can we go? Courts. Yes. And now that we are talking about courts, we need to know how many types of courts exist, right? So according to Indian constitution, guys, there is India ka one apex court. What do we mean by apex court? That is money. That is the most powerful entity. Okay, the what's it? The most powerful entity. When we say it means that it also has the ultimate power, right? Give me 1 second. Just a second. Okay, is my screen visible again? Am I visible again? Yes. So when we talk about apex sports, or when we talk about what's it, the ultimate power. So beyond the politicians, or beyond the prime minister, or beyond the president of India, what do you think has the power? Yes, the apex court. So in India, which is the apex court? It is the Supreme Court of India. And according to the provisions made in the Constitution, Part 5, Chapter 4 of the Indian Constitution talks about the Supreme Court of India. The Supreme Court of India was established on 28th January 1950. I have written all this on the presentation, so you guys can also follow it and walk through it, so that you all feel a little engaging, right? So it is the highest judicial body. When I say highest judicial body, what does that mean? It means that it is the most powerful entity. Okay, even the politicians, even the president, even the prime minister of India, if they are given certain order by the Supreme Court of India, they need to follow it. Okay, Supreme Court is that powerful. Its verdict is the ultimate verdict. So we are starting from the most powerful, and then we'll come down to lower courts. Okay, so there are three types of courts, major three courts. Okay, there is Supreme Court, there is High Court, and then there are lower courts. Okay, there are district courts. So like we all learned about what Supreme Court does. It has suo motu cognizance, guys. Supreme Court has certain powers. So like I told you, part 5, chapter 4 talks about the entire chapter is contributed to what the Supreme Court of India is, how is it working, what are its powers. Okay, so y'all can go through it and actually access what all powers does Supreme Court has. And one of its powers, its good powers, is suo motu cognizance. As in, अगर सुप्रीम कोर्ट में कभी लाइक कोई केस फाइल नहीं करता है, तो भी इफ सुप्रीम कोर्ट वांट्स, इट कैन एक्चुअली इंटरवीन एनी केस इट वांट्स. ओके, लाइक सपोज फॉर से इंडिया में कोई भी मेजर केस चालू है, लाइक फिलहाल कोलकाता में लाइक 2024 में कोलकाता हैड दिस आरजी कर रेप एंड मर्डर केस. सो उस केस में nobody filed a complaint in India's Supreme Court, but India's Supreme Court, because it was a very heinous and a serious matter in India going on, so Supreme Court actually took the suo motu cognizance. So that power Supreme Court has. Supreme Court का judge का distribution कैसे होता है? So like all the other courts, like they have one judge and then they have two advocates, two lawyers. Okay, so that is not how Supreme Court works. Supreme Court has one chief justice, and that chief justice is liable for the responsibility of pan India. Okay, so that is Chief Justice of India. So there is one chief justice and more than 30 judges, guys. More than 30 judges. Because Supreme Court में बहुत सारे cases होते हैं, its working is very very vast, and that's why there is more than 30 judges. And right from 1947 to 2025, अभी ये जो 30 number है, 30 से ज़्यादा number है, they are been changing. Okay, पहले सिर्फ 10 थे, फिर then it changed to only 15, then it changed to 20, and now it is more than 30. So according to the case, according to the importance and the vastness of the case, benches decide होते हैं. One chief justice and how many, maybe two more judges or three more judges, like that. So that is Supreme Court of India. Then comes the state high court. हर एक state को एक high court दिया गया है. And like us, Maharashtra has been given one high court, that is Bombay High Court. कहाँ है अपना high court? It is in Bombay. So every state has been assigned one high court. And then under which comes the district courts, or we can say the lower courts, right? So district courts में भी बहुत there are subordinate courts, and then there are special courts. Now when I say the subordinate courts, special courts, इन सब लोगों के roles भी अलग अलग हैं, responsibilities अलग अलग हैं, हर केस का judication अलग होता है. Now when I say this, what do I mean? As in, मैं कोई भी केस किसी भी कोर्ट में लेके नहीं जा सकती. And why is it so? It is because हर एक केस के लिए अलग अलग laws apply होते हैं. So all these courts have specialized judges, have specialized lawyers in that judication, right? So we have district courts and we have specialized courts. District courts के अंदर civil court आता है, criminal court आता है, right? And specialized court के अंदर commercial courts आते हैं and family courts आते हैं. Now when I say civil courts, तो मेरी कोई भी case है, अगर it is related to my say land matters or related to any civic laws, property laws, okay, so that will go under civil courts. ठीक है, तो उस related अगर कोई case है तो आप civil court में fight करोगे. अगर कोई मर्डर केस है, अगर कोई होमिसाइड है, कल्पेबल होमिसाइड है, तो वो जाएगा क्रिमिनल कोर्ट के अंदर. अबडक्शन, किडनैपिंग का केस है, मर्डर केस है, वो जाएगा क्रिमिनल कोर्ट के अंदर. देन देयर आर स्पेशलाइज्ड कोर्ट. स्पेशलाइज्ड कोर्ट में आते हैं कमर्शियल कोर्ट्स एंड कंज्यूमर कोर्ट्स एंड फैमिली कोर्ट्स. नाउ अगर मैंने अमेजोन से कोई पार्सल मंगाया है एंड मुझे गलत पार्सल आया है प्लस मुझे रिफंड नहीं हो रहा है, तो इफ आई वांट टू सू अमेजोन इन कोर्ट, व्हिच कोर्ट विल आई अप्रोच टू? कंज्यूमर कोर्ट्स. वेरी वेरी गुड. That is one thing, consumer courts. And for say if Amazon and Flipkart, उनका अगर कोई झगड़ा चल रहा है, तो where are these people going to go? Will they go in consumer courts? No. Why no? Because consumer courts deals with the consumer matters, like it is you and me, us, we are the consumers. And what are they? They are the providers, they are the suppliers. उनके लिए कौन सा कोर्ट है? उनके लिए है commercial courts. So the commercial entities, all the companies, all the business people, they go into commercial courts. And then there are family courts. And now, regardless of any explanation, family courts में family matters जाते हैं. Like if there are matters, say of divorce cases, so they go into family courts. All right. So these are all the courts and types of courts and their workings. Is everybody clear with that? Can we switch the page?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Now coming to writs, PIL and petition. Very very good. Now that we know, अभी कोर्ट हमको पता है, हमको हमारे राइट्स पता है, हमको हमारी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज पता है, हमको कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के बारे में भी थोड़ा बहुत पता है. तो अभी what are these writs, what are these PILs, what are these petitions, ये हम जानेंगे. I will tell you guys. बहुत सारे लोगों का ये मानना है, they have this opinion that dealing with courts, dealing with legal system, dealing with advocates is very very intimidating, it's very very confusing. But I will still say and emphasize that these guys, these people, this system is meant for you and me. It is meant for the society, it is meant for the betterment of people. So if not you and me will access it, who will access it, right? So उसी के लिए उसी सिस्टम के लिए, हमारे ही लिए ये सारी सिस्टम बनाई गई है. एंड दिस सिस्टम हैज अ सर्टेन मोड ऑफ वर्क. अभी इट इज लाइक वेरी बेसिक. अगर आपका घर लिया, मेरा घर लिया, तो आर होम्स हैव अ सर्टेन वे ऑफ वर्क, राइट? वी वर्क इन अ सर्टेन मैनर. एक लिमिटेड टाइम होता है, एक पर्टिकुलर टाइम होता है हर चीज का. इस टाइम में हम खाना खाएंगे, इस टाइम में फैमिली टाइम होगा, इस टाइम में हम मूवी देखेंगे, इस टाइम में सब काम करेंगे. सो दीज आर एवरीथिंग इज लाइक सेग्रीगेटेड, राइट? हर चीज का एक तरीका होता है. तो सिमिलरली दिस judicial system, this legal system, it has its mode of work. Okay. And now when I say this mode of work, do we know the mode of work? No, we do not know. Who knows it then? The legal entities, the lawyers know. They actually learn this. There are courses. They pay to learn this. Okay. So they are there to help us. They are not there to intimidate us. They are not there to threaten us. We do not need to be scared of them, guys. They are someone who know the legal system, and we are somebody who do not know. We want justice. They are the medium. They are going to bridge the gap between us and the justice, right? So talking about PIL, that is public interest litigation. What is public interest litigation? माने अगर कोई भी प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है and it is affecting a mass chunk of people, okay, am I visible? Yes. अगर कोई भी प्रॉब्लम हो रहा है, like there is any problem, a social problem I'm talking about, okay, there is a social problem and a good chunk of people is being affected by it, then we can call upon public interest litigation. Public interest litigation के अलग courts भी होते हैं. Public के interest में कोई भी litigation जारी करना, litigation is कोई भी case जारी करना, is the simple meaning of public interest litigation. Agar for say Adanis, okay, Adanis are to start with a new project, and that project needs a good acres of land, like huge acres of land, and that land is occupied by a slum area, okay. So they are going to clean the entire slum area, and then they are going to project and construct that project on it, okay. Unka buildings wahan pe tab bandega jab they will clean the entire slum area. So now उस क्लीनिंग के लिए वो that the slum area is nothing but they are homes of people, guys, right? So that is going to affect a good chunk of people. So up being not a part of that slum, you can actually go and file a PIL, guys. PIL file करने के लिए it is not necessary for you to be a part of that public or part of that affected community. right? You can go and file a PIL whenever you see, wherever you see there is injustice going on. You can go and file a PIL. Okay. So पब्लिक इंटरेस्ट लिटिगेशन आपको क्लियर हुआ. सो पब्लिक इंटरेस्ट लिटिगेशन के लिए क्या करना पड़ता है, लाइक हाउ डू यू डू इट? एवरी नो, देयर इज अ वे ऑफ डूइंग इट. यू फाइल अ पेटिशन. यू कैन फाइल डिफरेंट पेटिशंस. ओके, आप खुद के लिए फाइल कर सकते हो, आप पीआईएल के लिए फाइल कर सकते हो. ओके, यू कैन फाइल अगर आपका पर्सनल केस है, इफ इट इज रिगार्डिंग यू और योर ओन मैटर्स, you will file a case under your name. If it is a public interest litigation ka matter, so you can file a case not being a part of a problem. I hope that is clear to you. Okay, do not get confused. What is a petition? It is an application that you are making to the judge, to the courts, and you are telling through that application what is the problem. You are giving all the facts, all the evidences, all the documents, necessary documents, which will support your case, which will support your application. दैट इज नथिंग बट पिटिशन. अभी बेसिक अपने स्कूल कॉलेजेस में भी अगर आप लोग यू आर सीकिंग सम हेल्प, यू आर सीकिंग फॉर से यू आर सीकिंग अ लीव. Okay, if any business entity you are working in, if you're seeking a leave, you apply, you give an application, right? So similarly, courts also need applications, and courts ke application are called petition. And how do you make a petition? You can file online petitions too. Abhi e-courts available hai har jagah. So you can do e-court, e-filing of petition, or you can seek a lawyer's help. Hmm? Now, what are lawyers playing a role? There is a certain way in which a petition is being drafted. Do we know it? No, we do not know it. It's like if I am a tourist for say, and I am going to Rajasthan, for that matter. And do I know anything about Rajasthan? Do I know what places to visit? Do I know what to eat? Do I know where to stay? No, I will need a tourist guide for that, right? So that tourist guide is nothing, is no one but the lawyer. The Rajasthan, the place that I'm going to visit, is nothing but the Indian judicial system or the legal system. And the tourists are the laymen, are the common people. Just like I am going to need that tourist guide for to help me with all the information and knowledge about Rajasthan. Similarly, we everybody need lawyers for us to help with the legal system. It's working. So these lawyers will draft the petition. They will support it with the evidences and all the documents, the necessary documents, and then these petitions will be filed in the court. Okay. And what are writs then? Okay, writs is nothing but just a second, guys. So when I talk about writs, writs is nothing but the orders of the courts or any legal authorities which tell you to actually perform any task or stop performing the task that you are doing. What does that mean? That means, abhi, like we'll go back to our Adani's example. If Adani is to clean up the slum, and if somebody is filing a petition under PIL in the court, and if Supreme Court of India is if Supreme Court of India is ordering Adani to stop their project, okay, that will be called as a writ. So ये तीन अलग अलग चीज है. So let's revise this very quick. Writ is something, and writ is an order given by whom? Given by the courts or the legal entities, the legal authorities. Petition is an application filed by us common people. Okay, anybody can file a petition, but a petition is to be given by whom? Given through whom? A lawyer. Okay, can I file a petition? I can file a petition. How can I file a petition? I can go to a lawyer, get it drafted, and then ask him to present it. Okay. And then what is public interest litigation? Public interest litigation is what's it? A case to be filed in public's interest, public को affect करने वाली चीज problem. Okay, public के interest में हम litigation file करने वाले. So that is public interest litigation. I hope all these 3 points are clear to you. Can we switch the page? Thank you so much. So moving on to economics. Do we know about economics, guys? Now I need prompt and quick responses. So, have you heard about economics?
Yes.
And what all things come under economics? Like जब मैं economics कहती हूँ, क्या-क्या चीजें आती है हमारे दिमाग में?
Trading.
Sorry,
Trading.
trading. Very good. And
Business, money.
you're not audible, Kashna.
Business, money.
Business, money, yes. And can I have more responses? Okay, these are enough. When I talk about economics, there are these many things that come under your eyes or come before your eyes, right? So, how is economics and law related? Or are there any field where economics and law work hand in hand? Can you guys name any such fields where economics is running with law?
Politics.
Economics and law. Okay. Politics is one. How politics, Kashinath? May you elaborate?
To become a politician, we need both people power and money power.
Money power. Very, very good. Yes. What are more fields that look after economics and work in the framework of law? What such are more fields? Can I have
Financial analyst.
financial analysts? Can I have responses from Apurva, Rakshita, Siddharth, and how many more people do I have? Ansu and yes, Utkarsha. Come on, guys, be prompt. It is your platform. आज नहीं बोलोगे तो कब बोलोगे? Okay, fine. Let's begin with this. Economics and law. There are many such fields where economy के बगैर क्या ही होता है जिंदगी में? पैसे के बगैर क्या ही होना है जिंदगी में, right? Everywhere you go, anything you do, you need money. And anything you do has to be in the legal framework. Otherwise, you will be sued. Otherwise, you will be punished, right? So, anything you do, everything you do, economy is the base, and you have to do it within the environment of law, within the ambit of law. Can we switch the page? So today's first topic, where economics and law is running hand in hand, is nothing but traffic rules, guys. This is the very most important topic that I had to discuss with you. मैं क्या ही नया सिखाऊंगा? You know these things, right? We are aware of what is to be done on the red lights, what is to be done when the lights turn green, when they turn amber, right? I need not tell you कि seat belts लगाना जरूरी है. I need not tell you कि helmets पहनना जरूरी है. But despite of me not needing to tell you, do we guys follow it? No, we don't. Right? So, अभी have you heard कि penalties लगती है, कि fines लगती है traffic rules ना follow करने पे, road ethics ना follow करने पे? Have you heard this? Have you experienced this?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, we have experienced this. So can anybody tell me कि why does government take money from its citizens? Like why money? कुछ भी और करा सकते थे. Why पैसा?
Because that only thing that can change their minds.
Because I am very sorry you weren't audible. Can you repeat, Siddharth?
Because that's the only thing that change their mind and they will follow the rules.
Okay, that's a very good opinion. And what else do you think? क्या लगता है आपको पैसे क्यों मांग रहा है? इतनी सारी चीजें, इतने सारे पनिशमेंट्स भी तो हो सकते, पैसे क्यों मांग रहा है गवर्नमेंट? चलो, I'll tell you guys.
They want to collect taxes.
Collect taxes. Very good. You're very, very close. Government has a huge list of expenses, guys. Okay, huge list. बहुत सारा एक्सपेंस है गवर्नमेंट का. गवर्नमेंट को स्कॉलरशिप्स देनी है, गवर्नमेंट को गवर्नमेंट जॉब वाली सैलरीज भी देनी है. वी हैव हर्ड हाउ फेमस गवर्नमेंट जॉब्स आर, हाउ वांटेड गवर्नमेंट जॉब्स आर, राइट? व्हाई इकोनॉमिक सिक्योरिटी आती है, सैलरी सिक्योरिटी आती है. तो यही चीजें हैं. सैलरी देनी है, ओके, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर करना, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर पे काम करना है, डेवलपमेंट करना है, रोड्स बनानी है, एयरपोर्ट्स बनाने हैं, जो गवर्नमेंट एंटिटीज है उनके इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर पे काम करना है. एंड देयर आर स्कॉलरशिप्स, देन देयर आर गिफ्ट्स, डोनेशंस, ओके, बहुत सारी चीज़ें गवर्नमेंट. देयर आर वेरियस स्कीम्स एंड पॉलिसीज. गवर्नमेंट आए दूसरे दिन कोई भी पॉलिसी लॉन्च करती रहती है, राइट, फॉर द बेटरमेंट ऑफ पीपल. तो ये जो पॉलिसी लॉन्च होती है वो एवरी लॉन्च नहीं होती. पॉलिसीज आर नॉट जस्ट मियर आइडियाज. हर एक पॉलिसी के लिए बजट अनाउंस होता है. ये बजट मतलब क्या होता है? पैसा. पैसा दिया जाता है, पैसा एलोकेट किया जाता है इन डिपार्टमेंट्स को. सो नाउ दैट गवर्नमेंट हैज सो मेनी एक्सपेंसेस, गवर्नमेंट के पास पैसा कहाँ से आ रहा है? बिग डील. ये क्या, हैज एनीबॉडी एवर क्वेश्चनड दिस? गवर्नमेंट के पास पैसा आ कहाँ से रहा है? अभी इतने सारे एक्सपेंसेस है तो उनके सोर्स ऑफ इनकम भी है. ओके, वी पीपल, वी द सिटीजंस ऑफ इंडिया पे टैक्सेस. सो गवर्नमेंट के दो सोर्सेज है पैसे या फिर इनकम के. ओके, देयर इज टैक्स सोर्सेज एंड देयर आर नॉन टैक्स सोर्सेज. टैक्स सोर्सेज के अंदर सीधा सीधा टैक्स आता है, डायरेक्ट टैक्स एंड द इनडायरेक्ट टैक्स दैट द सिटीजंस ऑफ इंडिया पे. डायरेक्ट टैक्स इज द टैक्स जो अपने सैलरीज पे लगता है. सो वेल्थ टैक्स, प्रॉपर्टी टैक्स, व्हीकल टैक्स, यू नो, हम कुछ खरीद रहे हैं, सॉरी, जो हमारे salaries में से कटता है, तो that is known as direct taxes. And indirect taxes are the taxes paid by the consumers, GST, CGST, ये सारे taxes. And then comes these non-tax revenues. Now ये non-tax revenues क्या है? This is a big game, guys. So these non-tax revenues के अंदर बहुत सारी चीजें आती है. These fines, these penalties, the gifts, okay, these come under non-tax revenue. These are the sources of government's income. अगर मोदी जी कल को डोनाल्ड ट्रम्प जी से मिलने जा रहे हैं, okay, and if Donald Trump thinks of gifting something to India, so will that go to Modi ji's home? No, that will come as national asset. वो डिपॉजिट होगा नेशनल बैंक में, नेशनल एसेट के तहत. ओके, सो दैट इज अ नेशनल एसेट. तो वो देश का पैसा होगा, वो मोदी जी का पैसा नहीं होगा. सो ऑल दीज सोर्सेज, ऑल दीज, सो दैट विल बी कंसिडर्ड एज गिफ्ट 1 and that will be deposited in the national bank 2 and 3 it will be used as a national income, right? So that is the thing. So बहुत सारे expenses हैं and sources काफी कम है, तो जितना भी सोर्स रहेगा उनका इनकम का उस पे वो जोर देंगे. इट इज वेरी नेचुरल, इट इज वेरी ऑब्वियस. नाउ दैट यू गाइज आर पेइंग टैक्सेस, okay, now we are not yet. Okay, once you start earning, once you cross a certain limit of income, your annual income, you start paying taxes. Okay, so once you start paying taxes, why do you have to pay penalties? Like, if you have extra money, guys, invest. Okay, trade, earn for yourself, do not earn for government. You're already paying taxes, you're already paying heavy taxes. We know India ka tax line, I need not tell you guys that. Okay, that's a different story, whatever. So ये सब taxes जब हम भर रहे हैं, we do not need to pay these fines, these penalties. And how can we actually avoid these fines and penalties? By following the road ethics. We have the road ethics on the screen. It is mandatory seat belts, helmet usage, speed limits. Speed limits, guys, सिर्फ US में नहीं है, India में भी है. You need to drive in a certain limit. Okay, you need to have your speed limits. If not, you are going to held punishable. Okay, there are traffic lights, traffic signal, following traffic signal is one of the road ethics. Prohibited drunk driving. Okay, guys, there is prohibition. खुले खुले एक्सप्लिसिट विविड आपको नोटिसेस दिए जाते हैं, वार्निंग्स दिए जाती है कि ड्रिंक करके ड्राइव ना करें. वी वांट नो मोर वेदांत अग्रवाल, गाइस, गेट दिस वेरी सीरियस. ओके, यू शुडंट ड्रिंक, यू शुडंट स्मोक. ये सारी चीजें मैं नहीं बताऊंगी आपको. यू गाइस आर यंग इनफ, यू गाइस आर ओल्ड इनफ. You know the pros and cons of drinking and smoking, and still beyond that, if you want to do it, it's your call, right? You are going to decide it for yourself. But when you are doing that, please do not put at risk the lives of other people. Okay, when I say that You are not supposed to drink and drive. You have so many friends, like everybody has friends, right? Call on to your friends, call on to anybody. Do not drink and drive. Call on to cabs. Okay. और चलो वर्स्ट केस सिनेरियोज में बताती हूँ आपको क्या करना है. अगर आप शराब पी के गाड़ी चला रहे हो, अगर आपने गाड़ी ठोक दी, शराब पी रहे हो, चलो ठीक है. शराब पी के गाड़ी चला रहे हो, चलो ठीक है, गाड़ी आपने ठोक दी, ये ठीक नहीं है गाइस. You are risking not just your own life but lives of other people. So one, you are devaluing life. Two, you are absolutely disrespecting the law. And three, the law is going to sue you. The law is going to punish you. To avoid this, what are you going to do? अगर फॉर से गाड़ी आपकी ठुक गई, यू इट्स योर मिस्टेक और इट्स द अदर पर्सन्स मिस्टेक, व्हाटसोएवर द कंडीशन इज, सीक responsibility, seek help वहाँ के वहाँ, seek compensation. Okay, stand there, do not run away from the places in the first place. Even if it is your mistake, do not run away. Stand there, take up responsibilities. Talk. Okay, talk to the other person. Make sure that other person is not filing a case, because अगर case चलेगा तो लंबा जाएगा. Okay, that is not what we want. I, being a law student, I am emphasizing on the fact that do seek legal help. I know that, but beyond that, I am also telling you that if compensation is working, please make sure you compensate. Do not actually go to legal systems. Why here? Because that goes very lengthy. Then आपका इकोनॉमिक एफिशिएंसी पूरी बिगड़ जाती है, आपका टाइम जाता है, एनर्जी जाती है, पैसा जाता है, वो अलग. एंड प्लस ये सब करके, इतना टाइम खिला के, आपको जो रिजल्ट आएगा, जो भी लीगल जजमेंट आएगा, जो भी लीगल रेमेडी आपको दी जाएगी, आपको सेटिस्फैक्टरी होगी जरूरी नहीं है, कॉम्पेंसेटरी होगी जरूरी नहीं है. सो स्टैंड देयर, take up the responsibility, compensate, be show your readiness to compensate. आपसे गाड़ी ठुक गई है, stand there, take up the responsibility, apologize, talk to the other person, seek compensation. जो भी उनके गाड़ी का खर्चा हुआ है, जो भी उनको लगी है, try and compensating that, because it is your own mistake, so you need to spend money. So spend money here rather than spending thousands and lakhs, almost lakhs in the penalties and fines. Okay, जो legal process से होगा. So that will be much more better. I have like, I'll tell you a story guys. मेरे बहुत ज़्यादा पहचान के थे एक आंटी. So she was driving, she was in her mid 40s and 50s. Okay, she was driving Pune का central area पे, and she was on her scooty, and then there was this woman who was underage. She was 17-year-old and she was driving Audi. Okay, Audi speed में obviously. And the auntie that who was of my acquaintance, she was in her mid 40s. Abhi mid 40s, a woman driving her scooty. Get it very basic कि कितना ही वो स्पीड से चला रही होंगी, वो गाड़ी 50 से आगे नहीं जाएगी, और वो कितना ही रास्ते के बीच में से चलाएंगी. वो गाड़ी एज पे चला रही थी, खड़े, like वो से वो, she was driving on the sides, and then this woman came in her car, and then she bumped into her, and the woman flew. Okay, वो थोड़ी सी हवा में उड़ी, and then she fell and she got too many fractures. And then that woman, जो वो 17 साल की लड़की थी, she did not stop. She ran away. Very obviously she was scared. Okay, so she ran away. The people around there, they actually noted गाड़ी का number and stuff. And then there is this app, I will tell you guys. I really forgot the name. I'll tell you guys though. So there is this app wherein you can actually note the number, and then you can have the contact details of the owner of the vehicle. Okay, so then her father was called, so that vehicle number was registered by her father's name. Her father was called, and the citizens there, the people who were gathered there, they called her father. They told them about whatever the matter was, whatever happened there. And then her father, being a responsible man, a citizen, he actually came to that place. He was scared too in the first place. He got there, he came there, he talked to the people, and he actually insisted people not to file a police complaint. And the people, and he was ready to compensate in the first place. So he showed the readiness, he took up the responsibility, he showed the readiness of compensation, and he then insisted कि police complaint file ना करे, कि वो बच्ची है. And then people, the other party people, they were also, they see humanity अपने आप वहाँ पे खड़ी होती है. So they, if the other person is ready to compensate, why do they need to actually stretch the matter? वो भी चीज आती है. तो उन्होंने भी पुलिस कंप्लेन नहीं करी, and then वहाँ पे compensation हुआ. Okay, mediation हुआ. पुलिस कंप्लेन फाइल नहीं हुई, उन आंटी को बहुत ज्यादा फ्रैक्चर्स आए, दिस मैन वाज हम्बल इनफ, दे कॉम्पेंसेटेड, एंड देन उनका भी इंश्योरेंस वगैरह था, तो ही शी आल्सो डिड नॉट स्ट्रेस मच ऑन कॉम्पेंसेशन, सो दिस गॉट रैटिफाइड वही के वही. So I'm telling you guys, worst case scenarios भी मैं बता देती हूँ. If you are bumping into somebody's vehicle and if that causes death, okay, a serious matter, you still in that matter have to take up the responsibility. You go to the police stations, you will file that, you will file yourself, and आपको कोई भी वहाँ पे फांसी की सजा नहीं देगा. Okay, mark my words, nobody is going to sue you, nobody is going to give you life imprisonment. आपको कोई भी फांसी पे नहीं चढ़ने वाला. ज्यादा से अभी आपसे गलती हुई है तो आपको पनिशमेंट मिलेगी, बट इट विल बी मच मोर, इट विल बी मच मोर व्हाट्स लायबल या फिर bearable, okay, better than what's running away. See, in any crime, in criminal matters, कोई भी crime तब crime होता है when the mind is guilty. Mens rea is a legal term for that. Mens rea meaning the guilty mind. So if you are running away from that situation, you are proving your own guilt. You are giving the police people, the legal system proves that you are guilty. You intended to kill that person. Was it the case? No, you did not. So take a stand, take responsibility, tell the people, make sure that they know that this was not your intention, this was by mistake. Take up the responsibility and then face whatever happens. Okay, so rash driving ना करें, शराब पी के गाड़ी ना चलाएं, and even if you're doing that, please do not put people's lives at risk. Okay, ड्राइविंग लाइसेंस एंड व्हीकल रजिस्ट्रेशन गाइस, दिस इज वेरी मच इंपॉर्टेंट. आपका ड्राइविंग लाइसेंस होना जरूरी है, उसका एक्सपायरी चेक करो, रिन्यू करते रहो. व्हीकल का इंश्योरेंस, व्हीकल का रजिस्ट्रेशन, वो भी रिन्यू करते रहो टाइम टू टाइम. सो दीज आर बेसिक रोड्स एथिक्स दैट यू गाइज नीड टू नो, एंड आई हैव कन्वेड माई बेस्ट. आई होप यू अप्लाई इट. ओके, सो ये सारे रोड एथिक्स है. एंड टू avoid the penalties, to avoid the traffic fines or the road ethics fine, what you have to do is avoid mistakes. Okay, as simple as that. As simple as that. Do not do anything that will levy you heavy fines and penalties, right? Can we switch the page? Thank you very much. This is the next topic. This is another stream where economics and law, where we started. Okay, law and economics. This is another field where business is another field where law and economics work hand in hand, right? Can we switch to one more page? Thank you. So business startup, abhi this is a very fascinating and enthusiastic idea for me at least. So business bhi किस लिए करते हैं लोग? Obviously make money, making progress, making developments, having aims, and you have to do it in the ambit of law, right? No business is working, no business is supposed to work beyond the legal framework. So उस चीज के लिए, business के लिए क्या क्या चीजें लगती है, क्या क्या legal check marks आपको check करने पड़ते हैं, ये सब आज हम जानेंगे. Okay, for you to start any business, for you to get onto grounds with some good business, what are the prerequisites or what are the necessary things? Will you run through that. बिजनेस स्ट्रक्चर. कल को मैंने सोचा कि मुझे कोई बिजनेस करना है और आज मुझे मेरे साथ बिजनेस, लाइक आई एम रेडी टू डू द बिजनेस. ये होता है क्या? नहीं. व्हाई? बिकॉज एन आइडिया, अ mere idea is just bounded with ideas and words, right? We need to have a clear structure. उस चीज के लिए सबसे पहली चीज, अहम चीज ये होती है कि बिजनेस स्ट्रक्चर, वो भी क्लियर स्ट्रक्चर होना जरूरी होता है, राइट? So business structure becomes the prior most thing. Then the name and registration. Now, abhi that I have a good clear idea of what I have to do as a business, what all resources do I need for the business, what all things am I going to need for the business. मेरा structure पूरा clear है. So I will name that entity. Abhi name is going to be your identity. I do not need to. I am not required to tell you how unique it should be, how attention drawing it should be, so that people are interested in what business do you have, what business idea do you have, right? Name stands as your identity. So you guys have to be very very out of the box thinkers for deciding onto one name for your business. Okay, and then comes the registration. आप जो भी बिजनेस कर रहे हो, आप जो भी स्टार्टअप करना चाह रहे हो, उसका रजिस्ट्रेशन होना बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है. What is registration? What registration is simply you are letting the authorities, you are letting the government know that you have this. Okay, मैंने आज बिजनेस सोचा, मेरे पास बिजनेस स्ट्रक्चर है, मैंने नाम भी सोच लिया है अब तो, and I just start randomly with it. Does that make sense? No. For me to avail the legal framework, for me to avail the legal policies, the government schemes, the government policies that will be there helpful for my business, I need to let the government know that I exist, my business exists. So that is nothing but registration. अभी रजिस्ट्रेशन कर रही हूँ तो एवे थोड़े रजिस्ट्रेशन हुआ, उसके लिए लगेंगे लाइसेंसेस, उसके लिए लगेंगे परमिट्स. अभी देयर वाज दिस एलपीजी न्यू इकोनॉमिक पॉलिसी राइट इन 1991. ओके 1991 में हमारे इंडिया में 3 नए व्हाट्स इट रिफॉर्म्स आए. ओके लिबरलाइजेशन, प्राइवेटाइजेशन एंड ग्लोबलाइजेशन. सो पहले इस चीज के पहले, सो 1991 के पहले हर बिजनेस को लाइसेंस होना बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी था. ओके So, abhi, after LPG, that is liberalization, privatization and globalization, the new economic policy this is called, okay, 1991 में हुई थी, keep this in mind. So, उसके बाद हर बिजनेस के लिए लाइसेंस होना ज़रूरी नहीं है. ये लाइसेंस और रजिस्ट्रेशन का प्रोसेस काफ़ी क्लीशे हुआ करता था, बहुत ज़्यादा लेंदी हुआ करता था, दिमाग दुख जाता था, तो लोग बिजनेस ही नहीं करते थे. दैट वाज द थिंग. तो ये हटा दिया गया, लाइसेंसेस मिटा दिए गए. तो अभी देयर आर ओनली say 6 to 9 businesses, okay, they need a license, they need license for so as to work. and वो भी कौन से है? तो pharmaceuticals, chemicals, weapons, ये सब का जो business है, the what's it, the things that are very much dangerous to handle as a what's it, randomly or like very generically. So these things, उनका production and उनका business, ये सारी चीज़ों का license है, and that they need to follow. Okay, like I told you, pharmaceuticals है, guns है, weapons or other weapons that we have. These things का business, these ये चीज़ों का business अगर आप कर रहे हो, तो then you need to have license. Otherwise, if you have like normal generic business, then you can have permits. Okay, license होना ज़रूरी नहीं है, लेकिन permission होना ज़रूरी. So that is one and the same thing. Then comes the registration for required documents. अभी आप registration कर रहे हो तो आपका identity proofs लगेंगे. Okay, आधार कार्ड, पैन कार्ड, address proof. These are the basic KYC documents that you need anywhere and everywhere. कहीं भी आप register करो, कुछ भी register करो, these are the basic documents that you need, right? That are the required documents. Then comes the registration of trademarks and patents. Now when I say that, अभी अगर आपका कोई नया creation है, if your business is going to create new things, you need to have patents, you need to have trademarks for your own security, ताकि आगे कोई कंपनी अगर आप की कंपटीशन में खड़ी हो रही है तो it doesn't copy, it doesn't do the things that you've already done and then put its own name, forgery, right? So for which you can take the help of trademarks and patents. Can we switch the page? Thank you so much. So for you guys to have a business, for you guys to have a startup, these are the prerequisites. You see all these things. These are the basic things, necessary things for the business registration or any business or any startup. Okay, business name and registration, like I told you. Idea होना जरूरी है, उस idea को नाम देना जरूरी है, because that is going to stand as your identity, your identity of your business, your startup, right? Then you have to register yourself to the government. Like I told you, there are two authorities. Okay, if your business is on a small scale, you have to register yourself with district level authorities or state level authorities, and if your business is expanding on a larger scale, as large as Adani's, Ambani's, Tata's, and Birla's, then you can register yourself onto national platform, national authorities. Okay, so that is one thing. So then comes your bank account. Bank account होना ज़रूरी है, because again funds के बगैर businesses होते नहीं हैं. You need funds, you need investments, you need people to invest in your business, you need yourself to invest in your business, you need to have expenses, you need to have savings. उस सब चीज़ों के लिए bank account होना बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है. So your bank account under the name of your own business. Then comes certificate of incorporation. There is ROC and ROF, guys. ROC is Registrar of Companies and ROF is Registrar of Firms. It comes under Ministry of Business Affairs. Okay, so what do these things do? You are basically registering your business with them. उनको आप बता रहे हो कि you and your partners, if you have partners in your business, so you and your partners, you all have this idea, and then they give you the permit. Like we talked about permits and licenses, they are giving you the certificate of incorporation. The certificate of incorporation is nothing but your permission to do a business, right? So who issues this certificate of incorporation? The ROCs and ROFs. Now, registrar of companies and registrar of firms. Companies is for bigger entities, okay? They have a different criteria. Firms is for smaller entities, okay? जो शुरू शुरू में अभी नया नया business शुरू करे हैं. They have partners with them, okay? So like that. तो ये दोनों का क्राइटेरिया अलग है. So whenever you get into it and you actually access, जब आप registration करने जाओगे, you will actually get the difference between ROC, ROF, and then they are going to issue you the permission of certificate of incorporation. Then comes the PAN and GSTIN. अभी like we talked about registration के लिए required documents, the basic KYC documents. कंपनी के नाम पे पैन कार्ड होना जरूरी है. अभी पैन कार्ड अगर है तो that is going to be your identity proof. And GSTIN, okay, your GST registration basically. GST is nothing but tax. आप national resources use करोगे, you will use the land, you will use the human resources, you will use water, electricity, roads and everything, right? So you are using all these natural resources, you need to pay back to the nation, right? So how are you going to pay back to the nation? Does the nation have any bank account? No, you pay taxes. So tax is nothing but GST, one common tax. So GSTIN is nothing but your registration for taxes, and आपको taxes तुरंत पे नहीं करने होते हैं. You have to have a certain limit of certain extent of turnover. Until and unless you reach that extent, you can enjoy your own profits. But once you exceed that, ये अलग अलग amounts होते हैं अलग अलग types की companies के लिए. Okay, so once you exceed that limit, or once you exceed that profit level, you have to pay taxes, like that. Business insurance. Business insurance helps you a lot, guys. What's it? Sudden crisis आते हैं business में. If there is death of one of the partners, and if that partners have assets, अगर companies के shares अगर market में कम होते जा रहे हैं, तो this business insurance helps you a lot. It works like any other generic health insurance or life insurance, like, right? It is like working in the time of need, okay, the time of financial need, the time of crisis. It is going to help you financially. So business insurance hona zaruri. It's not necessary, it's not like as a mandatory nahi hai, but it is necessary. There's a difference between mandatory and things that you have to do and things you can do, right? have to do में नहीं आता है ये business insurance, but you can do this for your own safety, for your own betterment, for your own future lookout, right? Then ये GST registration, like I told you, business अगर एक profit limit exceed करता है, तो you need to have this GST registration so as to make your company liable for the payment of taxes, right? Then आता है market research. Market research होना बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है, guys. Now, why is market research important? When we talk about market research, what all things does come under it? Market research as in आप जिस भी field में business कर रहे हो, उस field में आपके कितने competitors हैं, okay? Right? For say अगर मुझे SIM card का business करना है, so who all are the competitors of my own business? There is Airtel, there is VI, there is Docomo, there is BSNL, right? So I need to know कि उनके policies क्या है, उनके business ideas क्या है, do they have any trades among themselves, उनके कुछ plans है, do I need to get along with them so as to put my business safe in a safer side, do I need to have my own different policies, can I have my individual policies, or do I need to get along with their policies, their existing policies, right? ये सारी चीजें देखना बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी होता है as a businessman, because आपको आपका business long term चलाना है, right? So there is a market. So उस मार्केट में पहले से कौन लोग हैं, who all are doing the business, इसकी जानकारी होना जरूरी है. उनका प्रोडक्ट कैसे सेल हो रहा है, ओके? अगर उनका प्रोडक्ट सब सेम ही है, if all their products are same, if they have the same policies, then what difference are you making by providing them the same, by providing the customers the same product? Why will the customers choose you if they have already these trusted brands in the market, right? So your business analysis, your market analysis will definitely help you in this, to stand out of the market, to stand out of all the cliche consumers, of all the cliche producers and suppliers, right? Market research बहुत ज़्यादा important role play करता है. And then you are doing business as, ये चीज़ एक required है. Doing business as में क्या आता है? What are you presenting your business as? as for example, what are you? You are a manufacturer? Are you a supplier? Are you a producer of something? Are you just a mediator? Like दो companies के बीच में like trade होती है, तो you are going to be the mediating point, you are going to be the bridge, ऐसा. So what are you doing your business as? ये चीज डिसाइड करना बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है. ये कब काम आती है? रजिस्ट्रेशन के टाइम पे काम आती है. Registration आप जब करते हो, then you are asked what are you doing your business as. So then you need to be very clear with your structure, your model, what are you doing it as, your market analysis, your documents. Okay, so all these things. Can we switch the page? Thank you so much. We are now to the closure of our presentation. So Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises is the Ministry of Government of India, MSME. When I talk about registration, I'm exactly talking about this, MSME. Where are we registering our business? Where exactly are we who are we letting people, who are these people whom we are letting know that we are doing a business? This is nothing but this government of India, this ministry under which we are registering ourselves. Now this ministry, that is MSME, they have small three basic criteria, guys: micro, small and medium. इनका क्राइटेरिया किस पे डिपेंडेंट होता है? इनका क्राइटेरिया किस चीज पे डिसाइडेड होता है? द इन्वेस्टमेंट एंड टर्नओवर. Is it visible on my screen, everybody, or have you all slept?
Oh, yes, it's visible.
Thank you, Sanika. So माइक्रो, स्मॉल एंड मीडियम, ये तीन अलग अलग सेग्रीगेशंस होते हैं जिनमें आपका बिजनेस what's it, you can put your business under one of these. Okay, micro, small या medium. And what is going to decide that? Your investment and turnover. If your investment is 2.5 crore and आपकी company turnover देती है 10 crore का, तो आपकी, look at the what's it, irony of this numbers. 2.5 crore की investment and 10 crore का अगर आपका turnover है, तो your business is going to get registered under micro business. Okay, and if your investment is 25 crore and if your turnover is 100 crore, then your business is going to get registered under small businesses. And on the contradiction, if it is 125 crores and like the investment and turnover is 125 crore and 500 crore respectively, then your business get registered under the medium enterprise. Okay, so in the Indian Constitution, MSMED Act 2006 has talks about the MSME, that is Ministry of Government that looks after the micro, small and medium enterprises, right? So this MSME के अंदर के सारे business हम register कर सकते हैं? नहीं. There are a certain list of businesses that can be registered under this. The things that are listed down in green on your screen, guys. Okay, these are the things that can be registered as businesses, as legitimate businesses. यहाँ पे what's it, MSME के अंदर. And the things that are listed down in what's red color, they are the things that will not come as your business, or that can't be held as business registration or your business enterprises under MSME. So manufacturing, आप किसी भी चीज़ का manufacturing कर रहे हो, services, आप किसी भी चीज़ की services provide कर रहे हो, means hoteling, okay, teaching, like that. So if you're providing services, then your business can be registered under MSME. If you are dealing with food products, so food products का production, उसका processing, उसका selling, if this sort of is your business, then it is going to be registered under MSME. Textiles की अगर आपका business है, तो that will be called, or that will be called under MSME. Fabricated metal production है, machinery and equipments, इन चीज़ों का अगर आपका business है, तो yes, that can be definitely registered under micro, small and medium enterprises. And if your businesses is anything amongst these, the things that are listed down in red: gambling, forestry, fishing, motorcycle, trade, repair, household activities or domestic personal activities for extraterritorial organizations. When I say these, what in सबका basic gist क्या है? कोई भी business production, if you are using and availing it for your own use, okay, for your own purpose, then that cannot be called as business. अगर आप अभी all our mothers, they make pickles, okay, so that pickle, can that pickle production be called as a business? No. it is for your own consumption. You consume it, your family consumes it, and बहुत ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा आप अपने relatives को दे देते हो. तो but do you charge money? So is there any trade? No. So that cannot be called as a business, right? If you actually start marketing that, if you start selling that, if people are actually buying that, then that can be your startup, then that can be your business. Okay, so that is the thing. So anything that is for your domestic consumption, your personal use, okay, anything like gambling is nothing but sattebazi. Okay, people play casinos, okay, and then they earn through that, and then they have businesses of that. That is not legal one, and that cannot be registered under MSME. Forestry, so anything, if you're trading forest equipments, or if you are trading forestry resources, that cannot, and that is for personal consumption, that cannot be considered as MSME enterprise. Okay, fishing, motorcycle trade, repair, household activities for domestic personal, for your own personal use, that cannot be considered as a what's it, enterprise or something. Okay, so these all things that cannot be considered as, or that cannot be registered as under MSME. So can we have our next page? I guess it is done. So are we clear with what all things are exactly coming under MSME and what all things are not coming under MSME? Are we clear with that? Guys, did we sleep? Did I make you guys sleep? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, please be responsive. It is we are going to conclude. I will not take much of your more time. So are we following this? Did everybody understand everything? Hello?
Oh, yes, yes.
Yes. So abhi that I have absolutely rotten your brains. बहुत ज़्यादा bore कर दिया मैंने आप लोगों को. So let's have a fun activity. Are we guys ready for that? So what are we going to do is basically we are going to have a quick quack quiz, and for that you guys need to be a little more attentive. Not more than 5 minutes I am going to take. Okay, so we will revise all that we have done in a small span of 1 minute. Okay, जो भी अभी हमने सब कुछ सीखा, we will revise all that very very quickly, and then we'll have a very interesting quiz for you guys, and then you guys can answer it. But for you to answer it, you have to open your mics. Okay, you cannot type it, or you cannot respond it like that, the way you're showing thumbs. No, you have to respond to me, you'll have to talk to me and bear me for more 5 minutes. So we are revising it. So can we go to page number 1, that the constitution page? Thank you very much. Yes, yes, the second page. So we are going to revise it very very quick. Be attentive and prompt. Okay, let's go. So we learned about Constitution of India. So when was the drafting completed? It was 26th November 1949. Keep the dates in mind. 26th November 1949 को drafting complete हुई. Draft किसने करा? Drafting committee ने draft करा. Drafting committee was chaired by Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar. Drafting committee had 7 members. सातों के सातों लोगों का नाम याद रखना जरूरी नहीं है, but you have to have one thing clear कि that was chaired by Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar. Enactment, that is adaptation of Indian Constitution कब हुआ? 26 January 1950, which is also celebrated as Republic Day. We have 395 articles in our constitution, 12 schedules and 105 amendments. What do we mean by schedules? These are nothing but different parts. 12 parts में हमारे constitution for easy understanding divided है. Okay, constituent assembly में ये ड्राफ्टिंग कमेटी फॉर्म हुई थी. कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंट असेंबली जो हमारी इंडिया इंडिपेंडेंट इंडिया की पहली पार्लियामेंट बनी. ओके, वो फॉर्म हुई थी 1946 में. ओके, एंड आवर इंडिया इस कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन की पेक्युलरिटीज है, वो रिटन है. वी हैव अ हार्ड कॉपी और डॉक्यूमेंट ऑफ इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. इंडियन कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन इज द लार्जेस्ट एंड द लॉन्गेस्ट कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. There are 4 basic principles, the core principles of Indian Constitution: democratic, sovereign, republic, and secular. Guys, democratic माने लोकतांत्रिक, sovereign माने self governing, republic माने public re-elects these members or the representatives, and secular is all the religions and cultures and traditions are treated equally, are accessed equally, and they can access the government equally. Can we switch the page? Thank you. We have 6 fundamental rights, guys. These rights are your basic rights. These rights are given to any and every citizen of India just by the virtue of being a human, being a citizen of India. आप इंडियन सिटीजन हो, बस बात खत्म, ये राइट्स आपके हैं. ओके, वी हैव 6 राइट्स. These rights, nobody can refrain you from accessing and practicing these rights. Right to equality, right to freedom, right against exploitation, right to freedom of religion, cultural and educational rights, right to constitutional remedies. Right to property is not a fundamental right anymore. Okay, come on, next page. Very good. Civil don'ts. There is a civil decency. Okay, there are certain civil don'ts that you need to follow. These are these things crimes? Are these things held as crime or criminal attempts? No, they're not criminal attempts, but you are liable for punishments if you attempt these. There is a list of civil don'ts here given: disturbing peace, trespassing, damaging the public property, picketing, violating the official junction, or intimidation. These are nothing but civil don'ts that you need to keep in your mind. If you do this, if you attempt this, you are liable for punishments. Okay, next page. Quick review of India's judicial system. India's judicial system has 3 types of courts: Supreme Court, High Court, and lower courts. Supreme Court is the apex court of India. It has the ultimate powers. Its verdict is the ultimate verdict. You cannot change that. Supreme Court works very sincerely. On 28th January 1950, the Supreme Court was established. And every state has its own high court. Every state is assigned one high court. Maharashtra ka high court hai, Bombay high court. Okay. So, and then there are lower courts. There are different types of courts that we discussed. There are civil courts, criminal courts, family courts, consumer courts, commercial courts. जो भी आपका केस का jurisdiction आता है, jurisdiction आता है, you actually access that particular court. Okay, next page. There are writs, PILs, and petitions. Okay, writ जो लीगल अथॉरिटीज होती है, जो लीगल एंटिटीज होती है, उनसे जो हमको ऑर्डर आती है, या तो कोई काम करो या फिर होने वाला काम रोको, जो आप कर रहे हो वो काम रोको. These orders are nothing but writs. जो हम कोर्ट्स में फाइल करते हैं, these are nothing but petitions. Okay, these are like applications. Who can file a petition? I can file a petition. You can file a petition. Any common citizen of India can file a petition. These petitions are filed through lawyers. Okay, that is it. Public interest litigation, कोई भी public के interest का matter है. If a thing is affecting a good chunk of people, a good mass of people, and if they are being adversely affected, then you can file a public interest litigation. Okay, you can file a case, not being a part of that problem. Okay, जरूरी नहीं है कि आप उस problem का part हो, आप उस problem का हिस्सा हो. You can still file a petition. Okay, switch the page. Next. So then when we also learned about economics and law working hand in hand. So we learned about 2 streams in which these law and economics were working hand in hand. So out of which one was road ethics. Okay, road ethics में we learned a certain list of things that are mandatory to be followed, or mandatory to be looked after. So as you can avoid these penalties, these heavy penalties, fines, and you can actually value lives. Okay, mandatory seat belts, helmet usage, speed limits, following traffic signals, prohibiting drunk driving, driving license and vehicle registration and stuff. These are the things that you need to keep in mind. अगर आपको penalties avoid करनी है, अगर आपको फाइन्स अवॉइड करनी है, तो यू नीड टू लुक आफ्टर योर ओन रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज. आप जब रास्ते पे आते हो, आपके ऊपर कुछ रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज है, वो पूरी करो, आपसे कोई पैसे नहीं मांगेगा. राइट, this basic thing you need to keep in your mind, and then enjoy your freedom. Can you page one more? Thank you. So अगर आपको कोई बिजनेस करना है, कोई स्टार्टअप करना है, these are the basic things that you need to look after. बिजनेस स्ट्रक्चर होना चाहिए. बिजनेस स्ट्रक्चर है तो उसका नाम होना चाहिए, उसको रजिस्ट्रेशन करना है. रजिस्ट्रेशन के करने के बाद आपको क्या मिलेगा? लाइसेंसेस और परमिट्स मिलेंगे. उस रजिस्ट्रेशन के लिए आपको रिक्वायर्ड डॉक्यूमेंट्स होना जरूरी है. द KYC डॉक्यूमेंट्स दैट वी talked about. Then you need to have the registration of trademarks and patents. If you have your own creation in that business, so you can always seek help of patents, trademarks, okay, copyrights, so that the other entities coming into the market do not copy your stuff. Right, next page please. Can we switch the page? Thank you. So again, these are the prerequisites. It's as same as I told you before. Business registration होना जरूरी है. Registration के बाद आपको क्या मिलेगा? Certificate of incorporation मिलेगा. That is basically nothing but a permission for your business. Business insurance होना जरूरी है. PAN and GST registration is nothing but the required documents, the legal documents that we talk about. कि business होने के लिए कौन सी legal documents जरूरी है? तो you need to have a Aadhaar card, a PAN card of your business under the name of your business. GST registration if it is exceeding a certain number of profit level, and address proof. Okay, आपका office जहाँ पे है physical office, तो you need to have उस चीज़ का physical proof. Okay, so these are the legal documents. Bank account होना ज़रूरी है, market research होना ज़रूरी है. So these are the prerequisites of having any business or any startup. Okay, can we switch the page? Thank you so much. So when you register your business, your business is getting registered under the government of India, the Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprise, and उसके अंदर 3 अलग-अलग categories है under which your business is going to get registered. Based on what are these categories? Your investment and turnover. Right, the green things listed down there are the things that can be registered as business, and the red things listed down there are the things that cannot be registered as business. Okay, so we have the gist of all. Okay, can we go to the quick quiz now? Are we ready? Are we ready, guys? Come on, be prompt and quick, please.
Oh, yes.
Is everybody ready? Is Apurva ready? Is Ansu ready?
Yes,
Is
ma'am.
Rakshita ready? Thank you so much. And switch 2 more pages now. Are we switching pages? One more. Here comes the first question. Who drafted the Indian Constitution?
Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar.
Very, very good. Dr. Baba Saheb Ambedkar. But can you elaborate? Was he alone drafting the Indian Constitution?
No, there are 7 members.
Very good. There were 7 members. And what was the committee of that 7 members called?
Constituent Assembly.
Okay, you're almost there, Apurva. Thank you very much. Very good. The committee was called as drafting committee, which was the part of Constituent Assembly. Very, very good, Apurva. Next question, please. Can we switch the page? Are we there? Can we switch the page? Hold on a second. Did we lose connection to Imperium? Am I audible to everybody?
Yes.
Yes, you are.
So am I not audible to the office? Hold on a second, guys. I do not have the access to presentation right now. Thank you so much. When was the constitution drafted, guys?
26 November 1949.
Very, very good. Absolutely good. Very brilliant. 26th November 1949. Can we have the next question? Thank you, Apu.
26 January 1950.
When was the constitution adopted? Very, very good. 26 January 1950. Absolutely brilliant. I guess Apurva has been attentive. Huh? Next question, please. How many fundamental rights do we have, guys?
7.
6.
Very good. Is it 7?
No, it's 6. Right to property is not.
Very good. Rakshita wants to say anything? Rakshita is there with us? Yes. We have 6 fundamental right, and right to property is not a fundamental right anymore. We have 6 fundamental rights, guys. Okay? And next question. Which is the apex court of India?
Supreme
The
Court.
Supreme Court.
Supreme Court. Very good. Brilliant audience. Next question. Who can file a petition, guys?
Anyone?
Anyone? Yes. Any citizen of India can file a petition. Okay. Who drafts the petition, guys? Answer
The
me.
court.
The lawyer. Yes, Siddharth. The court is, see, a petition is something that petition is like an application. I am giving the application, but I am getting it drafted through a lawyer. And where am I submitting it? I'm submitting it to the court, right? So these three entities, it's me, a common citizen, it's lawyer through whom I am going, and where am I going? I'm going to the court. So yes, any citizen of India can file a petition. It is being drafted by a lawyer. Okay. Next question, please. What can be done to avoid heavy traffic penalties?
We can follow the rules.
Very, very good. We can actually follow the rules. Okay. And next question. To start a business, where do you have to get your business registered? Is the question clear to everybody? आपको बिजनेस स्टार्ट करना है तो बिजनेस कहाँ रजिस्टर करते हैं हम?
MSME.
MSME. Very, very good. Thank you, Sanika. Next question, please. MSME part was clear to everybody, was it? Is there any confusion you want me to explain again or something? Is it clear to anybody, everybody?
Oh yes.
Okay, sure. So the next question is, does our state have any high court, and if so, where is it?
At Bombay.
Bombay High Court. Very, very good, Apurva. Thank you. Next question. तेरी गाड़ी ठुक गई अब क्या? Who wants to answer this?
300 essay. Sorry, 300 words essay.
No. That is not what we want. We want no more Vedant Agarwals, guys. And that is why we are actually planning of all these legal initiatives, right? Do we want more Vedant Agarwals? No, we don't. So, is there anybody who will actually want to sincerely answer this question? If you bump into somebody, what are you going to do, or what are you expected to do?
We will stay there.
And just stay there?
And
And
accept
look-
the situation.
Okay. Yes, you can have a whole full answer. You can answer in full sentences, Apurva. Okay, let me tell you guys, you have to stay there, take up the responsibility, and do not run away and prove people that you all are guilty minded. So yes, stay there and seek compensation. अगर आपने गाड़ी ठोकी है तो भी stay there. अगर आगे वाले ने आपकी गाड़ी ठोकी है तो भी तो you have to stay and you have to get the compensation, right? So you have to be there, take up responsibility, be responsible citizens, and make sure you do not put people's lives at risk. Okay, so here it is, and coming up with the last and the very important question. Can we switch the page? Did you guys like today's webinar? Was it interesting? Was it worth your time? Was it too boring? Or did you guys like it? Or do you have any like feedbacks or suggestions that I could add up in, right? So I could improve my performance. So yes, now the forum is open to the public. Let me have your opinions. Let me have your feedback. Come on, guys. Did you like it? Guys, slept already? Acha, Kashinath has slept. Okay. Can we tell me?
It was a very good webinar.
Okay, I liked it. What all things could have I added in it?
I think you should add up, real world problems like happening right now,
Like,
and like in social media we saw some, you know,
so you want real world cases that have happened, and so that now that everything that we have learned, so how you can actually apply these laws in real world applications, like that.
yes, how can we deal with it like that?
Okay, okay, sure. Your feedbacks are noted, and we'll definitely come up with good and new webinar ideas that will have the application of all these. Thank you. And anything else? Nothing? Okay, guys. So, coming to the closure and the conclusion part. See, guys, we are the Indian citizens. We are the citizens of the independent India. India is the country of the largest youth population, the largest working population. Okay, so make use of it. India has a very great culture, an outstanding history, an amazing geography, and a meticulously articulated constitution. Make use of all this. And when I say this, I know I acknowledge the fact, the very scenario, the current scenario that is going in the politics. I know the politicians are adversing the things. I acknowledge it, but that doesn't stop us from accessing our own rights. That doesn't stop us from being good citizens, right? If we are good on our part, on our end, no government, no rules, no legal system can actually trap you into it, right? So it is our responsibility to be the responsible citizens, the be the responsible next generation Indians, right? We are the future India. India is into our hands, not the politicians. Make this very clear in your own heads. I understand they are using the muscle money power. They are not letting people access and exercise their own rights. But once you have the legal awareness of it, once you have the legal knowledge,